Can an AI chatbot hold space for you? Back in 2015, I wrote an article about what it means to hold space based on a story of my mom dying. And that article went very viral and was seen by about 10 million people in the first 6 months. It was referenced in many places, including an article in the Harvard Business Review called Beyond Automation. And in that article, the writer was talking about the many jobs that would eventually be replaced by AI bots. And it said that there were some human skills, including the skill of holding space, that an AI bot could never replace. Now, I think the writers of that article, and probably most of us, underestimated what AI would eventually be designed and used for, because more and more we're seeing it being intentionally used for exactly those purposes. In an article in Teen Vogue, it says that up to 72% of youth are turning to chatbots as their companions. And very recently, a friend of mine who's a therapist was approached by an AI company and was offered a job training an AI therapy bot to provide therapy for people. Essentially, she was being invited to take a job to train a robot to replace her to do the work that she does currently. And that's the reality of where we are with AI right now. But the problem is, one of the major problems that we're seeing with AI is that an AI companion is essentially frictionless. It does not provide pushback. It gives you what it thinks you're looking for. And there's a really interesting article on Substack that says that AI is essentially being trained to become like a Stepford wife, where it's like a perfect wife who's not going to push back, who's going to do what it's asked and always perform according to what your requests are. And this is the major problem, that holding space does not mean without friction. In fact, when I was writing my book on the art of holding space, I really intentionally put in the language not of non-judgment as part of holding space, but I intentionally used the language selective non-judgment, because there needs to be some friction, there needs to be some pushback, some challenging in the conversation. If there is no challenge, if we are not occasionally inviting a person to judge their actions, then we end up like those youth that we are seeing in the news who are ending up dying by suicide because of an AI chatbot. And so I think we need to really challenge this assumption that AI can do the work of holding space.